1994. Man, I'm working my butt off in my real estate career. I'm working hard. And my friend convinced me to come out to this network marketing convention. And here I am looking at these people up on that stage. And man, they got the money and they got the time. And they got a permanent smile on their face. And I'm working 7 days a week, 8 to faint. I want to be like them. I can't wait to one day be like them. I can be like them. They're no better. They're not better than me. I can do this. 1994. I want to get down there. I'm just going to work hard. I know I can do this. I got to just make the phone calls, show up to the weekly events every Super Saturday. 1995. $300 a month in income. A year in. I want to be up there like all those superstars. But the back door is a lot closer than the stage. And my family and my friends are making fun of me for wasting my time on one of those pyramid things. And half of me wants to quit and go back to the family real estate business where it's safe and where I get paid well. It's okay, it might not be making, I don't have the time freedom, I'm making good money, I don't have the time freedom, but something's drawing me this way. 1996. And I get to this spot, and I'm just like, I've been doing this for 3 years now. $450, my biggest month. I'm doing everything my mentors say to do. I'm showing up to all the events. It's got to be me. All those people are all making money. It's got to be me. I feel like crying. I believe, but I'm doubting. Am I the only one in the room that's feeling that way? I don't know. I'm going to keep working hard. 1997. Biggest check in my network marketing career, $1,100. I go to Dallas, Texas. I'm at my first Legal Shield event. 4.5 years in the industry, making no money, learned a lot. And I go down to the foot of the stage at my first convention. And I stand there, I turn, and I look at all these people in this arena in Dallas. This man, I'm just learning about Harlan Stonecipher, had all these people in his downline. He's not a better network marketer than I am. I've been doing this for 4 years. I can do that. I said, one day I'm going to come back and I'm going to have a team this big. I crystallized my vision that day in 1998. And I started going. I started doing what I said I was going to do. Over and over, I got the vision. I created the focus. I crushed all the distractions. I got urgency in my life. And I went home. And I went to work. Get this. I'm going to build an empire. People need this service. People need this opportunity. Somebody's going to tell everybody I know about this. Better be me. Hey, Jeff. Hey, it's Brian. What's going on, man? Awesome, man. Hey, look, man, I'm calling you. It's super important, man. You got to see what I just saw. I just came back from this conference. These people I saw there on stage making crazy money. And not only that, they're traveling. They're always having fun. They have time freedom. You got to see what I just saw. We got a meeting on Wednesday night at the Hilton up in Rockville Pike. You better be there. Yeah, 7 o'clock. Get there at 6:30. I'll meet you out front. I'll see you there. Hey, Cindy, it's Brian. How you been? Oh, good, good. How are the kids? Oh, good, good. 5 and 6 years old. Oh, my gosh, that's so cool. Hey, look, I'm calling you for a big, important reason. I just got back from a conference, and the people I met that were at that conference, so a couple of them reminded me of you. Stay-at-home moms that were able to stay at home making crazy money while they're home raising their kids. You got to see what I just saw. We've got a conference call going on tonight at 8 o'clock. Grab a pen, write down this phone number, 888-961-5629. Call that at 8 o'clock. Call that at 7:58. I want you to listen in for about 15 minutes so you can hear how these moms are all able to be staying at home, raising their kids, and having crazy extra income coming in. Okay, awesome, cool. I'll talk to you afterward. All right, bye-bye. Oh. Hey, Kenny. You got a three-way? Yeah, I can do one. Who do you got? What have they heard? What have they looked at? Have they seen a presentation? Or on the conference call last night? Okay, cool. Okay, go ahead and put them on. Hey, John, it's good to meet you. Yeah, Kenny was saying some really great things about you. So you actually got a chance to listen to the conference call last night? What did you like most about what you heard? The residual income, I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way when I heard about it. Matter of fact, when I was in real estate, I only got paid every time I made a sale. I was living check to check. It's no fun, right? When I started seeing these people in Legal Shield getting paid month after month, year after year for a sale they made one time for 5 minutes, I couldn't not do it. I couldn't hear what I heard. I had to do this. Yeah, so, yeah, sure. What's your question? Yeah, it's only $249 to get started one time. And then your website will be turned on. You can start signing people up right away. Yep, absolutely. So, Kenny, did you already sign John up, or is that what you guys are doing right now? All right, perfect. Well, let me just tell you, John, you are so lucky to have somebody like Kenny to be able to be sponsored by and work with. He is a great asset to our company. I love working with him. He's got a heart of gold. And between you, Kenny, and me, the three of us, there's no chance that you're not going to succeed in this business. I'm looking forward to working with you. All right, I'll let you guys go ahead and get the application done. See ya. Oh, yeah, that was awesome. God, I love Facebook. All these daggone notifications. What's going on Instagram? People are tweeting like crazy today. What's going on? I better check out the news. Man, people are posting all kinds of stuff today. My God, why do they post a picture of their food all the time? Oh shit, what time is it? Damn, I've been scrolling for 35 minutes. Look at my dream board. Remind myself, okay, oh, gee, I need to start working again. Hey, Jeff. Brian Carruthers, what's going on, buddy? Hey, it's been a little while. How you been? Awesome, awesome. Well, I know we haven't talked in a little bit. Wanted to give you a quick call just to touch base with you. I know that when you started in Legal Shield about 6 months ago, you talked about how you wanted to retire your spouse, your wife. Just wanted to check in, see how things were going. And when you said that you wanted to retire her, that's why you started this business. Were you serious or were you just kidding? Oh, you were serious. Okay, I figured you were. I know how important that is to you. I haven't talked to you in a little while. I noticed you weren't on some of the conference calls lately. I wanted to just find out, when would be a good time, do you think, to be able to actually get plugged back in and get some things going on in your business? Because I can help you. Right now, we've got some huge things going on. We got a promotion right now. If you hit the next rank, If we can just get you on a call on Sunday night, we're going to go through all the details of all the bonuses are on the table. If we can help you make $1,000 in the next 2 to 4 weeks and get your business kickstarted, would that be a good thing? Awesome. Okay, well, we got our team call on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Here's the link. It's going to be on a Zoom. Definitely get on and check that out. Let's talk afterward, okay? And we'll go over your goals. Perfect. Talk to you soon. Hey, Craig, Brian Carruthers, what's going on? Yeah, I'm calling about Legal Shield. Yes, I am. So what's going on with you? Oh, geez, you're busy as heck, huh? Job's got you going around the clock. 2 different projects. Oh, geez. Well, hey, look, here's the thing. I know you're busy. Let me just share something with you. When I got started in Legal Shield, I just want to remind you might not know my whole story, but I was working 7 days a week, 8 to faint in real estate. Nights and weekends when everybody wants to go see houses and all that, so I know what you're dealing with. But here's the thing. I wanted to break free from that. I know you do too. It's called slivers of time is what I did. In between, every little nook and cranny of time during the day, I snuck in a phone call here, I snuck in a phone call there. If I show you exactly how to do what I did, which helped me make $248,000 my first year in Legal Shield, I'm not guaranteeing it's going to happen for you, but if I can show you exactly how to do what I was doing, even though I was busy, would you want me to show you how to do that? All right, perfect. We're going to cover that exactly word for word, step by step tonight on our Sunday night call. Can you get on at 8 o'clock? I promise you this little investment of getting on that call tonight can literally show you the path so 12 months from now, you're not as busy as you are today. Can I count on you to get on that call tonight? All right, man, I'm glad you're going to be on. Afterward, let's get on the phone. Let's map out a plan. Let's start getting an attack. All right, cool. All right, see you, buddy. Bye-bye. Several years later, that's where the ring comes from. That's the ring, you guys. I want you guys to understand what you're looking at. Was there anything sexy about what I just did? It's not fun. It's not sexy. It's not glorious. It's not dunking a basketball. It's not deadlifting a world record weight. It's not running and winning a race. There's nobody there cheering you on. You got the distraction of the lifetime in your hand, drawing you in all day, every single day. And it's easy to fall down the scroll hole and get distracted by all this stuff. That's why I always have my dream board on the wall. So when I'm in my home office and I have distractions come up, a phone call from a friend, or I've got social media that's calling my name, whatever, you gotta always make sure you distract yourself from the distractions. And again, it's not sexy. I never ever woke up, not a single day in 27 years did I ever wake up and say, I can't wait to get on the phone and call a prospect today. I can't wait to call and make those follow-up calls and get pushed off one more time. There's very little we do from the activity standpoint that's fun, sexy, or gratifying. If I go to the gym and work out, I don't like doing that, but I like what I get from it. If I read a book, I hate sitting there reading a book. It's boring reading books, but I like what I get from the reading of books. Making the phone calls. And again, my stats are the stats. I recruited 10 people a month for 10 straight years, give or take. Some months it was 10. My biggest month was 31 recruits, but it was about at least 10 recruits a month for 10 straight years. How do you do that? Constant prospecting. And you guys, I'm an introvert. I met Melissa on Match.com. I'm not the kind of person that just is able to go out and talk to people. Melissa, by the way, my wife is amazing. She can go out and she gets her energy by talking with people. When I talk to people, I lose energy. It uplifts extroverts, but it drains introverts. When I'm done with this talk, don't look to see me at the party. I will be in bed with a clicker. I'm just telling you, you're not going to see me at the party tonight. Everybody else go to the party, but this drains me. But we're willing to do what we have to do. Matter of fact, let me show this to you. I don't know if the cameras will be able to catch this. I was at a dinner with Melissa Collins and her team last night, and they brought this up. Can the camera catch that? That was me on January 6th. in the middle of the night, down in the villages in Florida, hooked up to an EKG, testing my heart, doing my blood work, thought I was having a heart attack. The time was 2:39 a.m. They released me at 6:30 in the morning. Melissa drove me home, got in bed, set my alarm for 11:30 because I had to get up and get a shower because I had a 1 o'clock Zoom for this guy named Sean Hall that promised me he was going to put a whole bunch of people on this Zoom. I was going to do his launch. I promised him I was going to do his launch Zoom. I don't care if I got an EKG electrode still sticking out of me. I'm still going to honor my word. He got on that Zoom. He put 400 people on it. We sent 126 people up. He made $50,000 in his first 24 hours and went diamond his first day in the business. But the story, here's my point I want to make about this. When you want something bad enough and you feel like you're walking in your purpose, you will do what you've got to do. You can't say, I want to build an empire, but not act like an empire builder. This is not a business of convenience. Well, for a lot of people it is, and that's why they're not doing very well. All my good friends down here in the front rows that are all wearing the big rings and having all the success, they do the business when it's convenient and when it's not convenient. And most of the time, it's not convenient. So let me share with you guys a story. Ever heard of the Chinese bamboo story? This is an important one and is everything to do with what we are doing here in Legal Shield. So let me show you the story. This Chinese farmer planted bamboo seeds. And he starts watering the seeds, watering the soil. Here's what happens. In the first year after he planted those seeds, nothing grew above the ground. If you don't know any better, you're saying it must be bad seed or bad soil. In year 2, still nothing visible. Now think along the lines of your Legal Shield business in year 1 and year 2. Maybe you're not seeing any results yet. In year 3, no plan appears. If you don't know any better, you walk away from that field knowing that there's going to be no plants coming. If you don't know any better, if you didn't have somebody like me, a mentor in your life, to tell you that your business is working even when you don't see it working, you might wind up quitting. Because if you're like me out there in 1994, 95, or 96, the back door was closer than the stage. In year 4, still nothing. That was my network marketing journey. This farmer, 4 years in, nothing. Many people quit. But the farmer keeps watering, keeps nurturing the soil. And if you know the story, then in year 5, something amazing happens. The bamboo shoots up 80 to 90 feet in about 6 weeks. The overnight success stories from the panel just an hour ago. You know those overnight success stories? They were overnight in Legal Shield in year 5 of the watering and nurturing process, but they all had a story behind the story. They are all the farmers that were watering and nurturing for year after year after year after year, some with or without results. When they got here, the 80 to 90 feet in 6 weeks, that's what happens. Here are some key questions I want you guys to take away from this. Did the bamboo grow 80 feet in 6 weeks? Part of it, part of the journey, part of the growth process, what you saw was 6 weeks. But it was basically 5 years in 6 weeks. Write these takeaways down. These are life principles. Invisible progress matters. Just because results aren't visible yet does not mean growth isn't happening. You're building your contact list. You're reaching out, making the phone calls. You're doing the exposures. You're getting the no's. You're longing for the yeses. It takes 5 to 7 follow-ups typically to get somebody to sign up. So if you understand that intellectually, when you get a no, you're one no closer to that person finally triggering it over to make a yes. You got to understand. You got to go through the no's to get to the yeses. You don't stop wanting what you don't want. Everybody wants to harvest immediately. You have to be willing to learn how to do the cultivation process and to be able to teach others how to go do the same thing. Key takeaway number 2, consistency beats quitting. It may be monotonous, it might be boring, it might be frustrating, but most people quit in years 1 through 4. 1 to 4, most people quit before their breakthrough. 6 inches from gold. Key takeaway number 3, foundations come before success. You're building your foundation. Remember the wisdom of Melissa Collins. You're going to have a season of frustration of not having the harvest already there. Many of you are in that season right now. Just be happy for it. I'm here to tell you, you're in the same seat I was in. Literally. It was kind of funny. I was back there and nobody knew I was back there, sitting right next to people. We're just hanging out there. I was out there for 30 minutes. Putting myself in the zone for this talk of that's where I was in the bleachers in 1994, wanting to get down here and then get up here. I know the feeling. I know what you're feeling right now, every single one of you. All kinds of doubt, all kinds of impatience. Foundation comes before, you got the skills, the relationships, the mindset, all that needs to be built first. Then number 4, breakthroughs look sudden, but they're not. When success appears fast, it's usually built on years of preparation. So, I need to talk with you guys. And I try to do this in a way, and as you know, I'm fairly recently on a different walk. And I pray every time before I get up on this stage because it's a privilege and an honor for the company to trust me to deliver a message that can help further this mission of the company and help each of you all to be more successful in your businesses. I just want to be a vessel. I say, God, please use me to touch people tonight. Open their minds, open their ears, open their hearts, so that I can help them to learn something or have some sort of a breakthrough today while they're sitting in the seat they're in that can help them walk out of this room differently. Because most of the stuff that's holding us back, it's ourselves right in here. I know it because I've been there. So put your ego aside. And the ego I'm talking about, some of you guys are making good money and you got an ego problem. I know, because that's me. I wanted to go get a Ferrari so I can go find a girl. That's why I bought the Ferrari. I'm not Brad Pitt. I'm like, if I have a Ferrari, I can look more like Brad Pitt. That was my real why. That drove me to make the phone calls and do all the work I did so I can make the money so I can be more attractive. Sounds shallow, cool, whatever. It worked for me. It made me successful in my business. It was my driving force. So I got the Ferrari and a 6,000 square foot home with the hot tub and the movie theater and the gym, and I got myself a Rolex. I did all that stuff. And any of my friends that know me from back then when I was 28, 29, 30, I know I was an asshole. I'm being real. When you can look back with perspective, you can see things. Some of you guys are the blankety blanks, because now you like to tell me how much of a blankety blank I was. Thank God Melissa came in your life because you're no longer that. Okay, well, thank you. So we all have some perspective we can play with right now. But you've got to let go of your ego, because so many people get stuck at $200,000 a year or $500,000 a year or $1 million a year. When I was I brought up Grant Cardone on our stage. Remember that years ago? I brought him up, went down, sat in the front row, and during Grant's talk, he said, "Brian, how much you making per year?" And I told him how much I was making. And he looked at Melissa, he goes, "How can you stand being with a guy who's only making that?" And some of you guys are like, "Oh, that's pretty mean." I needed that. It's so easy to get comfortable at any level. So if you're making a lot of money, your ego is holding you back from making more money, but it's not even about you making more money because maybe you don't need any more money. It's holding you back from impacting more people because now your ego, it causes people to not listen to you anymore. There's other people that are not making much money because you got an ego problem. You're not willing to listen. You come in here thinking because you're the cat's meow on whatever you've already done in your life, whatever your profession was, you're like, I don't need to listen to anybody. I'll do this my way. So ego either way is not good. If you're not succeeding right now, put aside any feeling of being insignificant. You matter. You make a difference. Kiat Varitskul. Kiat Varitskul is a name that most of you all have never heard before. He was my sponsor. He's a real estate agent I tried to recruit to come to work for our real estate company. He winds up recruiting me into this company. He stuck around for a little while, tried to build it out, gave up and moved on. Kiat Varitskul changed my life and the generations that will always follow me. If you listen to this, if you've caught the vision, if you're on Team Pinnacle, if it wasn't for Kiat Varitskul, you wouldn't be in this room. You guys understand that? You wouldn't know Darnell. You wouldn't know Brian. You wouldn't know Mike Humes. Kiat Varitskul changed so many lives. Just because he's not here anymore doesn't matter. He mattered. He made a difference to many people. You guys, you're being called. This is a calling. And if not this, then what? If not now, when? If not you and your family, who's going to actually grab a hold of something to change everything for your family? Who's going to do it? This is an opportunity for all people. Pay attention. Pay attention to all the stories that you've been hearing this weekend. You're not going to relate to all of them, but you just need to relate to one of them. Somebody that had the similar circumstances to you, the similar possible alibis or excuses that you could grab a hold of when you want to quit or you want to sit down or you want to get lazy. Somebody on this stage this weekend had the same or worse or harder circumstances, but they still pushed through and they're up here on stage where you should be. So, came out of Baltimore last year, a year ago. Got the $2 million ring. I was warned a few years ago when I posted on Facebook that I got baptized and gave my life to Jesus, that Satan was going to come and attack. Several people told me to be prepared. Spiritual attacks were going to come. The devil wants to stop anybody that's going in that direction. That's what I was told. So a month later in May, little lump on my throat or my neck, go in for the surgery, thinking they're just going to take out some little mass. They didn't know what it was. The biopsy was unclear. I wake up to my wife, Melissa, right there in front of me. I looked at her. She said, yep. Took out 13 lymph nodes. And sometimes there's nothing you can do when the attack comes except for believe and pray and keep moving on. I could have decided to retire. Let me just go spend time with the family. Relax, I deserve it. I had these conversations. But this is what I'm called to do. There's nothing. This gives my life meaning. I feel like I can impact. And so my dad, who's 84 years old, had a first heart attack at 32, a quadruple bypass at 38, a double at 46. Doctor said he wouldn't make it to 50. Since then, he's gone legally blind for the last 25 years. He's got diabetes, got Parkinson's, he's got cancer, and he's 84 years old, and he's still trying to do real estate deals out of a wheelchair. You know why my dad's still alive? He has something to live for. The thrill of the build. He built his real estate empire. He loved the thrill of the chase, and he's still doing it at 84 years old. Not because he needs to do it, because that's what makes him feel alive. What I'm asking you to do is to accept your calling. God is working on me. God is working in me. And God is working through me, I pray. And so, a question I want to ask of you all. Whose tithe is more important to God? A couple Christmases ago, I gave my red Ferrari to our church. Went to my pastor, put the keys in his hand, and said, "This is God's, I don't need the Ferrari anymore." The wealthy give 6 figures. As the Bible says, the wealthy giving 6 figures. Or the poor widow giving her last 2 pennies. Which contribution was more important to God? Your contribution to this mission is never too small. Let me repeat this. Your contribution to the mission of Legal Shield is never too small. If you sell a membership a year, we want you to do more, but it's never too small. So I must ask you, are you honoring your calling here? Your purpose for being here? I ask you to say yes to this calling. Will you say yes to this calling? We've got our choir to help us all understand what the power of the word, what the power of a prayerful word, what the power of a yes can mean for you.